Beginning with the Lok Sabha session that witnessed a debate on Operation Sindoor, India's counter-offensive to the Pahalgam terror attack, and it was Defence Minister defending the operation, saying that it was not over, that the operation still not over, while the opposition led by Gaurav Gogoi questioned how terrorists managed to infiltrate Pahalgam. Let's get you the reactions coming in.
कभी-कभी हमारे प्रतिपक्ष के लोग ये पूछते रहे हैं कि हमारे कितने बीमार गिरे। मुझे लगता है उनका यह प्रश्न हमारी राष्ट्रीय जनभावनाओं का सही से प्रतिनिधित्व नहीं कर रहा है। मुझे लगता है उन्होंने एक बार भी हमसे यह नहीं पूछा कि हमारी सेनाओं ने दुश्मन के कितने विमान मारे गिराए। यदि उन्हें प्रश्न पूछना ही है अध्यक्ष महोदय, तो उनका प्रश्न यह होना चाहिए, क्या भारत ने आतंकवादी ठिकानों को तबाह किया? तो उसका उत्तर है हाँ। आपको प्रश्न पूछना है तो यह प्रश्न पूछिए, क्या ऑपरेशन सिंदूर सफल रहा? तो उसका उत्तर है हाँ। आपको प्रश्न पूछना है तो यह पूछिए कि इस ऑपरेशन में क्या हमारे जाबाज सैनिकों को कोई क्षति हुई है? तो उसका उत्तर है नहीं।
रक्षा मंत्री होने के नाते ये नहीं कहा कि पहलगाम में दहशतगर्द कैसे आए। कहीं ना कहीं एक सरकार में एक अहंकार आ चुका है। इंटेलिजेंस और सिक्योरिटी जो फ्रेमवर्क है, एस्टैब्लिशमेंट है, जो लोग हैं जो निर्णय लेते हैं इंटेलिजेंस और सिक्योरिटी की, आज उनमें एक अहंकार आ गया है कि चाहे जितनी भी बड़ी गलती हो उन पर कोई सवाल नहीं उठा सकता। लेकिन आज हम सवाल उठा रहे हैं। नैतिक जिम्मेवारी आपको लेनी पड़ेगी। आप लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर के पीछे नहीं छुप सकते। आप लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर के पीछे ये केंद्र सरकार नहीं छुप सकती।
Sir, they attacked tourists and we attacked terrorists. We did not target Pakistan's civilians. Sir, this is not a reaction. This is a doctrine. This is the Modi doctrine. This is the new normal which Pakistan has now understood. India of today is not the India of 2008. This is very important because this turnaround, this new normal is because of our changed policies.
आपके सभी वक्तव्यों में कहा गया है कि पाकिस्तान घुटनों पे था। आप ही कह रहे हैं अगर पाकिस्तान घुटनों पे था तो सीज फायर की जो सीज फायर जिसको आपने स्वीकृति दी और आप कह रहे हैं कि हमने सीज फायर को माना, अगर पाकिस्तान घुटनों में था तो सीज फायर की क्या जस्टिफिकेशन है? अमेरिका की एक ट्वीट ने आपके युद्ध विराम की घोषणा से पहले की।
On the 10th of May, we received phone calls sharing the impression of other countries that Pakistan was ready to cease the fighting. Our position was, if Pakistan was ready, we needed to get this as a request from the Pakistani side through the DGMO channel. That is exactly how that request came. At no stage in any conversation with the United States was there any linkage with trade and what was going on. Secondly, there was, please listen. Secondly, there was no call between the Prime Minister and President Trump from the 22nd of April when President Trump called up to convey his sympathy, and the 17th of June when he called up Prime Minister in Canada to explain why he could not meet. We highlighted that 9 sites had been targeted, and we said that our actions are focused, measured, and non-escalatory in nature. And we were living up to the commitment that those responsible for this attack will be held accountable. Today, when I hear many questions from across the aisle, I want to say, which one of you imagined that Bhavalpur and Muridke would be brought down the way it was? Which one of you thought? When did you even think of it during your tenure? Did it even cross your mind? In fact, on the contrary, you ruled it out after 26/11. Warnings about China, cautions about China, China is planning this, China is planning that. But sir, I want to remind this House, Doklam crisis was on. The leader of opposition decided to get a briefing from whom? Not from the government, not from the emir, from the Chinese ambassador. He took his briefing from the Chinese ambassador when our military was confronting the Chinese military in Doklam.
And to know more on this, we have Toheen Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us. We also have Major General Sanjay Meston, the defence analyst, with us as well. Toheen Sinha, over to you first. Did Intel failure lead to the Pahalgam attack? That is basically what the opposition is, asking the central government in regard to the attack. Your reaction?
Well, good morning, Divya. Wherever there is a terror attack, it is because of a security lapse. Like our Honorable Defence Minister explained, this opposition has lost the art of asking the right questions. So yes, in the last 11 years, if there have been two major attacks, one in Pulwama and one, now at Pahalgam, obviously there has to be an element of security lapse. It's, the security needs to be successful. The intelligence agencies need to be successful 1,000 times. The terrorists need to be successful just once. But I'm appalled at the low level of IQ, which, so many Congress members of parliament have displayed yesterday. Tarun Gogoi asks, why did our fighter aircrafts not enter Pakistan to attack them? The basic purpose of fighter jets is that it can attack its destinations from a distance of 300 or 500 kilometers. The Congress MPs don't understand this. Today, I saw a video where a Congress member of parliament, Jyoti Mani, from Tamil Nadu, is saying that we were informed about the Pahalgam attack on 24th April. That again is a complete falsehood. Perhaps she did not understand the discussion. I think, the External Affairs Minister was referring to a potential attack by Pakistan on 10th May, to which Prime Minister said that we are prepared for whatever Pakistan does. So these people are either short of comprehension, or they have low IQ, or, they have vile intent. There is no other way we can explain the behavior of this opposition in the last 3 months. Please note that on 10th May, if the media and if the opposition had closely followed the DGMO press conference after the war had ended, on 12th, this was on 10th, this was on 11th May. On 12th May, if they had carefully heard out the Prime Minister's speech, to the nation for 20 minutes, and on 17th June, when Prime Minister spoke to President Trump for 35 minutes and the Foreign Secretary held a briefing explaining the details of the conversation, all the answers to their questions were there. But they deliberately wanted to create a nuisance, and one of the MPs, I'm shocked, called this entire Operation Sindoor a tamasha. While her remarks have been expunged, this is the way the opposition has embarrassed the country in the last 3 months.
Well, the opposition is also gone on to say that the attacks haven't been stopped in their tracks, literally, as in, Pakistan could do it again. And that is something that they've gone on to say, that this is not an operation that is over, but it has been paused. And therefore, how can you say the operation was a success? Let me take this to the Major General.
Yeah, good morning. Firstly, as regards the success of the operation is concerned, this particular operation was a great success. I would say it was a spectacular success, and I draw comparison with the 4 wars which have been going on, and especially with the Russia-Ukraine war, the Israel-Hamas, and thereafter the Israel-Iran, and of course the United States and Iran. And another war which I would like to highlight is when the Americans had to withdraw from Afghanistan in 2021, and the Taliban took over that country back, the way the Americans had to withdraw, leaving behind their equipment. So if we analyze all these 4 major wars, and incidentally, in all these major wars, Russia was involved. In one of them, the United States was involved, and in the other one, the Israel was involved. And of course, in the last one in 2025, a major power like India was also involved. Now you just draw the comparisons. All these wars, by and large, are continuing. Number one. Number two, in certain cases, the casualties have been phenomenal on both sides. The politico-military objectives have not been achieved as on date by any one of them. Today you ask Russia what they have achieved. You ask Israel what have they achieved. So there are no clear-cut answers. And Israel aim was to, decimate the entire Hamas structure. Have they been finished it? No. The answer is no, they have not done it. So therefore, why I would say Operation Sindoor was a spectacular success. Firstly, we have hit the politico-military targets which were decided. One was to target only, I repeat, only the terrorist infrastructure, which we did on the first day itself. Our aim was very, very clear. And that is why I think the defense minister had made a remark. We didn't want this into a war scenario. The terrorists struck us, we struck them back, and the message was to the perpetrators that it shall not be accepted. However, those perpetrators tried back to attack India, and you are aware what happened on 8th and 9th. And thereafter on 10th, we did a massive onslaught, striking all their airfields, striking all their radar sites, and it was a phenomenal success, and it has been seen and acknowledged by the entire world. The evidence was seen, unlike in Fordo, till date, no one knows what is the destruction, though President Trump claims that it has been obliterated. What evidence has been shown? Nothing, except their Secretary of Defense had briefed, and he had showed some trial going on of these GBU bombs. So what I'm trying to say, in that success, in that manner, I think this operation was a spectacular success. We achieved a politico-military objective. No questions. Definitely, the opposition is right to ask the question whether this would finish off terrorism. No, the answer is very clear. It will not finish off terrorism. Israel tried to finish off. I had myself been to Israel in 2007 with the army chief as a colonel. They had briefed us when they had sorted out these Hamas and, of course, Hezbollah. Thereafter, they have revived again. So what does this show? That India has to keep striking the terrorism and the perpetrators of terrorism.
Okay.
And that
so we're
is
talking
why
about Operation Sindoor here, and this is day 2 of the debate on Operation Sindoor, and the debate is going to commence in Lok Sabha today. We've had very powerful speakers from both the ruling coalition and from the opposition yesterday, with the ruling party defending Operation Sindoor, saying that it's given a new sense of confidence. It has put in force a new normal for the country. It has made the global community stand up and take note of India's abilities, and the opposition asking some very tough questions as to why India is still not, why Pakistan is still not out of the FATF list, why the IMF funds were still given to Pakistan. Is India's foreign policy a success? All those questions. But remember, we had not just Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, but also Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar outlining the politico-military offensive of the country and also the global policy, the foreign policy of the country, which has helped India achieve this objective. We also have Mohammad Suleiman Khan from the Congress party joining us. Suleiman, how do you look at the BJP MPs, the NDA MPs' response to the questions that were put forth by your MPs? Because it did look like the government had studied the criticism and they had a point-by-point rebuttal of all the questions that you were raising. What can we expect today with both your leaders, Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, expected to speak today?
Look, Vasudha, we are going as a responsible opposition parties. It is within our right to, question the government on issues which are of national importance, which are good for the country. Now, the bravery of a soldier can be seen in all the operations our army has done, including Operation Sindoor. But we have to, also remember that during this Modi government, we have seen very, very drastic and dastardly terrorist attacks in Uri, in Pulwama, and now in Pahalgam. Now, Pakistan is going to send terrorism. There is no doubt that they have been doing this for 30, 40, 45 years. There is no doubt. The response which we have to give, we give keeping in mind that Pakistan does not do this for the second time, or they are, they fear us in the manner if they try to, send terrorism into our country, we will teach them a lesson. This is what we have been doing. Now, this Operation Sindoor, there are questions which have been raised by our party and all people who love their country. One of the very important pertinent question is when Lieutenant General Rahul Singh said that China has been supplying 80%. China has been at the back and Pakistan is only the face. And China has been giving all kind of support. And we knew that 80% of the military equipments have been supplied by China to Pakistan. The question is why the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh did not spoke the word about China, or even did not take the name of the country by the name of China. So why they are so silent on China? We tell them, don't be scared, we are with you. Why are you not, and this has been warned by our leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, that we have to fight at two fronts. It's not only Pakistan, China is at the back. My leader Rahul Gandhi has warned the government on that. And we have also told the government that we are standing with you. We can make a strategy with you. Take us into confidence, and we have stood with the government. So Rahul Singh's Lieutenant General Rahul Singh's statement is very important. Then Group Captain Shiv Kumar.
Okay, Mr. Sulaiman Khan, let's move on to let's listen to what Mr. Owaisi said. Let's listen to what he is saying yesterday. In fact, he made this very important point that India should not be playing Pakistan in the upcoming Asia Cup because that would undermine the emotions, the sentiment, the kind of hardship, the kind of pain that Pahalgam terror attack gave us. And India should strictly not be playing cricket, playing any game with a rival country. Let's listen into what he said. He made a lot of several important points on FATF and also on the source code from France, and also asked this very important question on the trade deficit with China. Let's listen into him, and also let's listen into what kind of reactions have come in on Operation Sindoor from different sides of the political spectrum.
सवाल आपके जरिए से वजीर आजम और हुकूमत से ये है, फिर जिन इंसानों को बैसारा की वादी में मारा गया था, क्या आपका जमीर इस बात की इजाजत देता है कि आप ट्रेड बंद कर दिए, पाकिस्तान का एयरक्राफ्ट हमारे एयर स्पेस में नहीं आ सकता, उनकी कश्ती हमारे पानी में नहीं आ सकती, ट्रेड खत्म हो चुका है डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्टेड, आपका जमीर जिंदा क्यों नहीं है? किस सूरत से आप पाकिस्तान से क्रिकेट मैच खेलेंगे जब हम पानी नहीं दे रहे हैं? 80% पानी पाकिस्तान का हम रोक रहे हैं, ये कहकर के पानी और खून नहीं बहेगा, आप क्रिकेट मैच खेलेंगे? मैडम, मेरा जमीर तो गवारा नहीं करता कि मैं उस मैच को देखूंगा। क्या इस हुकूमत में इतनी हिम्मत है कि उन 25 मरने वालों को फोन करके कहे कि देखो हमने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में बदला ले लिया, अब तुम पाकिस्तान का मैच देखो? बड़ी अफसोस की बात है मैडम।
भारत और पाकिस्तान का क्रिकेट मैच भी होने वाला है। हाँ, क्रिकेट खेलो, खूब खेलो क्रिकेट। तुम्हें देश से मतलब नहीं है? देश की संप्रभुता से मतलब नहीं, देश की अखंडता से मतलब नहीं, देश के अंदर हमारी बहनों का सुहाग उजाड़ रहे हैं, उनके साथ तुम क्रिकेट खेलोगे? तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आ रही? अपने चंद पैसों के लिए तुम उसके साथ क्रिकेट खेलोगे? बीसीसीआई ने कहा है सरकार ने ही पहले परमिशन दी, उसके बाद तो सरकार ने परमिशन, मैं तो सरकार से ही कह रहा हूँ, फिर क्यों ढोंग कर रहे हो यहाँ पाकिस्तान? जहाँ धंधा मिलेगा वहां काम करोगे फौरन। चाइना में भी चले गए, चाइना ने पाकिस्तान को सारे हथियार दिए, तुम चाइना में भी चले गए, क्या तमाशा है?
रिश्ता जो है पाकिस्तान के साथ अब लगभग तोड़ी जा रही है, चाहे वीजा के मामले में हो, चाहे और चीज को किस तरह
तोड़ना भी चाहिए, 100% तोड़ना चाहिए, स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन लेना जरूरी है, ये कोई मजाक नहीं है यार, हर साल ऐसे होता रहता है।
Sports is different. I'm happy that they are playing.
It's an honest confession. Pahalgam should not happen. Death should not happen. But sports is sport.
We've already heard of several anti-India-Pakistan voices over the last few days, ever since the fixture of Asia Cup got announced, and it's not going to be just one India-Pakistan games. At least 2, there could be 3 as well during the Asia Cup. Well, it has already been announced, and primarily due to the commercial reasons, I don't see BCCI pulling out of the event. Also, remember, BCCI are the hosts of the tournament. What we have learned from the BCCI sources is that right now everything has been locked in, so the tournament goes on, and they have towed the ministry's line because the ministry earlier said that while there would be no bilateral relationship between India and Pakistan, they will allow India and Pakistan to clash in various tournaments during multilateral tournament. Remember, all of this is being done looking ahead to India's hosting the Olympic Games, if that comes to India in 2036. Also, several other big events, big multilateral events before that India is very, very ambitious about hosting. And the IOC or the International Olympic Committee cannot be given the idea or given that image of Indian government interfering in sports, not allowing sports between two nations.
We also have Major General Sanjay Mestin with us. We also have Tuhin Sinha of the BJP, and we are discussing Operation Sindoor. It's day 2 of discussion on Operation Sindoor in the Parliament. In fact, in Lok Sabha, we will see Home Minister Amit Shah initiating the debate, and in the Rajya Sabha, we will see Rajnath Singh, the Raksha Mantri, talking about it at 2 o'clock. Several big speakers lined up today, including the Gandhis. Tuhin Sinha, to you first. What did you think of the opposition's questions yesterday? Because I did feel that there was a sense of balancing act, and there was a lot of at least sensitivity with regard to the fact that they don't want to be seen as anti-armed forces. But the kind of questions that the opposition asked, the NDA MPs that spoke also gave a point-by-point rebuttal of all those points that they had raised. Do you think that there is something left that the government needs to do with respect to reassuring the opposition that Operation Sindoor was on point and everything that the country needed to send out this message of no tolerance to terror?
Well, insofar as the speeches of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh ji and the External Affairs Minister Jaishankar ji is concerned, they were extremely articulate. The entire speeches had all the details which the opposition was looking for. Now, the point is, this opposition is either they are short on understanding or they have vile intent, because they simply don't seem to comprehend simple answers. This is an opposition which very notoriously tried to convert a victory into a surrender. This is an opposition which until yesterday morning was trying to, whitewash Pakistan's role through leaders like Chidambaram. So I think, this is an opposition, even if you explain the Ramayana and Mahabharata 100 times to them, they will keep asking who is Ram and who is Ravan. Did you see the video of Jyoti Mani, the Congress member of parliament from Tamil Nadu? She comes out and says, we were forewarned about the Pahalgam attack. This was never mentioned in the speech. Perhaps she misunderstood, she misunderstood the details which were given out was pertaining to 10th May. So this is a Congress party which has never lived up to its responsibility, lost the art of asking the right questions. And in fact, Praniti Shinde went to the extent of calling Operation Sindoor a tamasha. While her comments have been expunged from the House, fact is that they keep trying to emerge as stars in the Pakistan media, which is very unfortunate.
Okay, that's an important point. Major General Mestin, what do you also think of, Major General Mestin, this is a question for you. What do you also think of Asaduddin Owaisi's comments that India should not be playing Pakistan in the upcoming Asia Cup? There are questions that are being raised on the duplicity of Indian position when it comes to the Cup of Legends. We decide not to play with them, and then in Asia Cup, the schedule says that we are playing with them. The reasoning here, the rationale here is that it's a multilateral tournament, and why should we give Pakistan a walkover? As an army veteran, where are you on this? Should we ever be playing Pakistan, or do you think that we should rise above this and also look at this as a sporting activity?
Actually, it's raining heavily here. I could barely hear you, but I could understand you are talking about the cricket aspect. So what I would like to highlight is, personally, I feel that when our stated policy is that terror and talks and trade will not go together, everything has been seized with Pakistan. I personally feel that we should cut off every contact with Pakistan, including no cricket matches. I think the national sentiment has to be kept in mind. That is more important. Pakistan is that nation which since early 80s has been just targeting India through terrorism. So many terrorist acts is done. It is even targeted our parliament, which is the temple of a democracy. So I think now it is high time, if we are very, very clear, we have, put on hold the Indus Water Treaty and everything. I think cricket match or anything, we should just finish off everything with Pakistan till the time they do not shed over terrorism. Now it is high time. This Pakistan should stop terrorism. Till the time they do not stop terrorism, India should cut off every particular thing with them. I would not even rate them as a country. They are an artificial created country out of India. That was our land. Those were our people. And today we must be very, very clear. In fact, we should look for long-term strategic goals as to how to get back parts of or the entire POK back and ensure that Balochistan will deserve its independence, that they should get Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The thing is very clear.
That's very
The
well.
first thing-
Yeah, that's very well said, Major General Major Sanjay Mehstra. It's raining very heavily here. It looks like everybody is preparing for that big debate that's going to happen in the Lok Sabha and also in the Rajya Sabha today on Operation Sindoor.